Hello, Cherries, and welcome to Live Cherry Sunday, episode 183. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to target chord tones playing the blues. I want to say hello to my friend here, Jeffrey Boyle, in the chat. Sorry I'm a minute late here. I did it once again. I started the recording, but it didn't start the live stream. So, good thing I noticed that. So, good to see you. Paul Merrill, long time no see, beer time. Well, I'm finally back on Sunday at 12 o'clock because I've been postponing till Monday for the last 4 or 5 weeks, it seems. But we're back here today on Sunday at noon, the way it was intended to be. Hello, Jared Devil, my Steelers buddy. How you doing? What are you drinking out there today? I got my coffee, trying to get a little wired. Do a little blues today, a little blues Sunday. Let me know if you hear my guitar out there. Got my telly up here because I use it. My first gig I ever used this on, my real live gig out in excuse me, in New Jersey. Played it last night, broke it out, and it was a lot of fun. So I've had it for 4 years now. My first real gig with it, besides playing here on live. But got the telly, clean sound here. You got a little overdrive, like this one right here. It's my hot tone blues drive, or my blues driver. All of them. And a little delay. 12 o'clock high. All right, Jeffrey Boyle. That's the drink, right? That is some kind of drink. I forgot. I've heard about those. Unless it means something else. I don't know. 11 o'clock there. 12 o'clock where you are. Okay, 11 o'clock. This must be on the Paul's over and out somewhere west of here. I thought it was Alabama, but I thought they shared the same time. All right. Well, check this out. I got a little backing track here. And if you want this backing track, just send me an email, info@cherry, and I'll shoot it over to you, along with any graphs that I use here today. So what I'll do is I'll show you. I'm going to just kind of go over to here. And these are basically the 3 charts I'm going to use today, Paul, from Central Time. Over the A chord, I'm going to use an A Mixolydian mode, and it looks just like that. And then over the D, I'm going to use the D Mixolydian mode. And over the E, I'll just move it up and do the E Mixolydian. I'll show you a little bit closer on this screen right here. The first, that's just actually a blues scale. We're not going to use that one right off the bat, but we can and we will. First scale again looks like this, the A Mixolydian. And the reason why we're using these is because this scale, this A Mixolydian mode, is the actual, it's kind of like the scale for this chord. It just fits everything perfectly because you have the root, you have the 5th, the 7th, and the 3rd in the chord, right? And the 7th. Now this scale targets all those. You have the root, the 2nd, the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th right there. You have that whole thing right there. And the same thing when we go to the next chord, the 4 chord of the blues. It goes to a D, 7 chord. and you have a D mixed leading scale. Now this chord fits perfectly with this scale because it's the same thing as the A. It has the root note, the second, the third, the fourth, fifth, sixth, dominant seventh, seventh again. So it's the same thing right there. Then we go to the 5 chord, and it's E. You can just slide up, do the same thing as you did in D. Once again, you have the root, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, the seventh again. E, right there. So you have that. But really, kind of how I want to play the E, if you can keep it in one position, you're probably better off. I should have made a chart for this, but I might wind up playing the E this way. Like if you had this chord shape right here, the C chord shape, like in the cage system. You play the E mixolydian right here. Like this. I just find it easier because if you're right here already, then to the D position. A. And to the E. Right there. The D. Alright, if you're with me there so far, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that groovy stuff. And, alright. So we're going to jam along with this backing track here in a sec. So I'm going to take another sip of my coffee here. Jeffrey Boylan, old TV show. Oh, that's right. That's why it sounded familiar. 11 o'clock here. Okay. And 12 o'clock high. That's the old TV show. Gotcha. So this isn't going to be the regular typical blues lesson. We're going to really focus on one thing in particular, targeting certain notes now. Now that we know the 3 scales we're going to use, and of course we're going to throw in that 4th scale, the A blues scale. We can throw that in there too whenever we want, right there. But focusing primarily on the chord tones, meaning the roots, the thirds, the fifths, and the sevenths, because those are really like the chord tones, and you're pretty safe playing there. All the other notes are kind of like tension notes, and so a kind of a fun exercise is if we just kind of think of, okay, let's do all the roots first. Play along and kind of just nail the roots on each one of the chords. And also when I say the roots, I mean, stick to them on the top of the notes, the top of the chords, the back end of it, but play around. You can play around within the scale, but focus more on the roots. And then we can go ahead and take a pass at focusing on the thirds of each chords, then focusing on the fifths of each chord, then focusing on the sevenths of each chord. And that way, within this position, you can actually get a good feel for, where all the notes are, because you're basically you're visualizing the intervals where they are over each chord. Like when I play an A here, I'm seeing the A chord. I'm seeing the target notes here, even though only the root's highlighted. When I hear this A7 chord, I see the A. Here's the third. Here's the fifth, the seventh root, third. It's an arpeggio. The fifth, the seventh. When it switches to D, right in the same spot. I mean, yeah, I can go up here, do the same thing. As it did in A, but why go all the way up here when you could just do the same thing down here? Same thing as this. Do it here. So I could see the root, I could see the third, the fifth, the seventh, the third, the fifth, the seventh. When it goes back to A, can see. I see all the tones right there. What about WW2 Bomber? World War II Bomber. Oh, about the World War II Bomber, the show. The only show, like World War II show that I used to watch was Hogan's Heroes. That was pretty crazy. I know nothing. Colonel Klink. I'm showing my age basically right here now. All right. So check out this backing track that I have here. Like I said, if you want a copy of this, just email me, info@cherry. I'll send it to you. That was the roots. It's pretty safe, right? That's first. Now we'll look at the thirds. Now we do the fifths. We do the sevenths. Cool. Telly time. Give you a round of applause. Scots. Yeah, it is Telly time. If you're enjoying this video, my Telly, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I go live every Sunday. Finny, hot and sunny Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to Tacoma. You know, I was just thinking of Phoenix, Arizona, because I was thinking of all those wonderful places that I've been in this year touring. And one of them was the Museum of Instruments. And I was thinking, was that in Arizona? It was around Phoenix area. And I played there for a couple of days, and I didn't actually even go into the Museum of Instruments, if you could believe it. But I played at the venue 2 nights. But that's what I think of Phoenix. And Phoenix, I am not going anywhere near Phoenix in the summertime. That is too hot for me. 116 degrees, forget it. I don't care if it's dry or if it's humid or whatever. It's still 116 degrees. I was there once when it was that hot. I don't think it's that hot yet, but it gets there, right? Feeney, great place. Yeah. I saw little video clips of it, and I'm sick over the fact that I didn't actually, check it out when I was there. But, sometimes when you're playing at a gig, you go in, you have to play, and you don't have really much time to even get to do other things like that. So very, very cool. And so, yeah, what I did was I kind of focused on some of the chord tones of all these chords and tried to make them fit within the changes as well, which could be a little tricky because you don't want it to sound like you're jumping around too much. You want it, I guess you want it to be smooth sounding. You want to switch from one chord to the next and have it a nice transition with the flow. But the beauty of understanding where the chord tones are, because in the blues, there's a lot of chromatic stuff happening in there. So when I play the over the A chord, when I play the A chord and I play the third, a half step up or down goes into the 4 chord. So I can go right up to the root of the D, or I can go down a half step to the 7th of the D to emphasize that dominant 7th chord. A lot of people do that all the time. Just like if you were playing an A, you were playing a major, you go to minor A. Really what that is it's the 7th degree of the D. So it switches to minor. So technically, that note, a dominant 7th over a D, is really the same thing as a minor 3rd over an A. So in the context of jamming an A, when it goes to that D, you can still have the mindset, oh, I'm an A. And then when it goes back to the A chord, you go back to major. So that's just one way to think about this stuff. 114 today in Phoenix, Arizona. Oh my God. That is too hot. It's a little warm here in New York. Probably it's in the 80s today. 114 degrees. Hot and sunny Phoenix. Scott says it's telly time. It sure is. All right, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Hopefully you're going to get something out of this here today. It's been a while since I've seen Paul Merrill. I guess I'm back to Sunday at 12 here, and it's pretty cool that to see us here today. So, like I was saying, if you want this backing track that I created or any of these graphs, let me know. Like right over here, we got this cool graph, and I'll tell you what. Over the 1 chord, I'm playing the top scale. There's the root highlighted. And there's the second one in the middle, the D. Just focus on the roots. There's the E. Check it out. Oh, that's the 3rd score. Oh, what is that? Oh, I moved it up, yeah. So I'm sorry about the third, the E chart. I like to play it a different way. Here's the middle one, the D. I'll do it just for the E up here. There's the thirds. Blend it right into that third. the 7th. Having some fun. Hello, Robbie H. Love. What's happening? Love that little avatar that you got there. That is cool. What is that? That looks like a mouse playing the guitar. Looks like Jerry, the mouse Jerry. Which I could totally relate to, you know. Always getting chased by a cat named Tom. Billy Bully. Yellow folks. Eisen Keller. Hey. Good to see you again too. Man, I gotta stick to my Sundays because it seems like you guys have some time here to hang out on Sundays at 12. And not necessarily Mondays. But it's tough sometimes, you know, you get home from a tour on, you know, early Sunday or afternoon Sunday, you can't do it. Right? But trying to do Sundays consistently. But oh, by the way, you know, I just hit 5,000 subs on this YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. So thank you very much for that. I give everybody a round of applause. It only took 4 years to do, but I appreciate every single one who has subbed. And if you haven't already, sub to it. It's really funny. Of all the people that watch this, I think 90% or so of the people that actually watch all my videos aren't subscribed. It's weird how that balances itself out. 90% of the people that watch all these videos are not subscribed, which kind of blows my mind. But that's the way it is. So subscribe if you like. If you like this, then. If you don't, then don't subscribe. Because you're only going to get more of it. All right. So very, very cool here. Let's have some fun with this, and so we're focusing on different notes. And if you have any questions about any of this stuff, you know, let me know here. You know, I blended in the blues scale as well, you know, along with these, because why not? It's a great scale, and it should be in there as well. And that's this blues scale where we just play the A pentatonic, A minor pentatonic. Wherever if we want to just feel bluesy in there, you know. And what's funny is that I haven't played this guitar in a while, and the strings were kind of really dead, and I didn't have much time to change them. So I had a little bit of time before I went live here right now, and I was able to just change the top 3, you know, so just get a little brightness out of them, you know. So if they stretch and they're a little bit out, sorry about that. Yeah, they're holding up pretty good. So it's a good exercise we'll stick to like the ones here. Check it out. A little extra gain distortion. A little octave above. Actually, you know, I'm playing the scale along to, I'm targeting the root notes, but you don't have to just play just the root notes, like the A. Like this. The root notes. I'm doing a lot of chromatic walk-ups or descending to the root notes. Thirds. The third of D. Fifth. Little 60 cycle hum. All right, if you're enjoying this video, hit that like button. Any questions about any of this stuff, let me know. I go live here every Sunday, or sometimes Monday. But yeah, you know, it's kind of hard to just kind of focus on just what we're trying to do today. But because when you see all these other notes around, it's just easy to just kind of gravitate toward them. But it's also very vanilla here too. It's just you know, it's still the blues, and you want to still make it sound like the blues, and not like you're just like an exercise. But it's really good to discipline yourself to try to find out where the roots are of this stuff, where the thirds are, where the fifths, the sevenths, especially the sevenths here, because they blend right to the next chord. So like chromatic. You know, the A, and you have the E. Here's the A. The third of E. Kicking in today on single coil pickups. Starting to like single coils and P90s. Because I've always been afraid of that 60 cycle hum. I've always been more of a humbucker. So it took me like forever just to appreciate what's actually happening with the sound of single coils. You know, get that. If you could just kind of eliminate that noise from your head, like this. Check this out. Like this noise. Like this. That, you know what I mean? You know, it's okay to have this when your volume's up. But if you lower, like you're at a gig and you get that, yeah, you wouldn't get that with humbuckers. But if you lower your volume and it's gone, then it's okay. That means it's not bad power come from the walls. If you lower your volume and you still got this, then you got problems. As if you don't know that already. But if you don't, so if you could just get used to playing like with this. You just get past that hum right there. You don't really hear it when you're playing. I don't know, going off on a tangent there, but there's definitely a purity to the single coils that you don't get from a humbucker guitar. It's a little bit more compressed sounding, although it is compressed because of the pedals that I have, but it's definitely more open sounding to me. Not to mention that pickup right there. That real quacky sound. It's really bright. Or up here, check this out how bright this is. And that's why I got this guitar, for the brightness. And without any gain on it. Check it out. All right. I'm off on a rampage. Got to go. Later, guys. All right. Good to see you, Paul. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for hanging out. Let's see. So, yeah. Really, really cool to focus on this type of stuff right here. Like over the one chord, you know, in the blues. I'm playing just basically something like this. I'm going, just vamping. A7. And D7. If you want this backing track, I'll email it to you. info@cherry. 5 chord. Traditional blues. Then I'm playing the first scale over the A. I could hold that. And like I was saying, you don't have to just stay on the note. You can just play around it. Play on the root. And go, noodle around some of those notes in that scale, that top one. Like, see that C sharp right there on the top scale? I'm playing around with the third. I'm sliding into the third. When it goes to the 4 chord, hit that D, finding the D, back to the A, goes to the E, just hitting the roots. All right, Paul. Now go in the thirds. Here's that third. You could do it once again. You could slide into it. And over the D, the middle scale. Here's that F sharp, the third. And over the E, which is quick. You have just a bar there. So you got that third. It's 2 of them, the octave. Here's the third right there. And I could do the fifths. Here's that top scale. So you have an E there, the fifth. It goes to the 4 chord. The A note is the 5th of the D. And the 5th here. So I'm visualizing all these target notes. They may sound vanilla, they may sound boring, but it's a choice that you have here. And how about the 7th? And that's the real bluesy note right there. That's the dominant 7. Over the D now. See that second box in the middle? It's the C note. Back to the top, it's a G over the A chord. And over an E, the D is the 7th. The D, the 6th. And then the G over there. Now check this out. Along with the track, here's the root. The root, the D. Little blue scale there, the E. Now the thirds. Do the 5th. The 5th of E. So I made a mistake. I tried to do it twice. Like if you make a mistake, do it again so people think that you meant to do it, right? Where was I on the 7th, right? Okay. So you have the G. The 7th. out there enjoying this. If you are, hit that like button or hit the dislike button, whatever you want to do. Only if you mean it. I think I'm a little bit out of tune. I'll tune for your pleasure right now. Brand new strings, but only the top end of them. Only the top 3. So I change my strings for you. I tune for you. I go live. It's all for you. Actually, if you have any ideas of what videos you'd like me to do, I was going to do something completely different today. I was going to do a pedal board because my live pedal board rig is so cool, at least I think. I got this pedal on my live rig. It's called the Dude, and I kind of wanted to show off what that does a bit. Doesn't sound quite as good going into the live interface system as it does going into an amp, though. But it's still a really cool pedal. I wanted to do a little thing on that. Close enough for rock and roll, right? So hopefully you're getting something out of this. If you have any questions about any stuff, please let me know. Love to help you out with it any way possible. And so, you could also just play the A minor pentatonic scale, blues scale, right over this whole progression. And then throw in some of the Mixolydian and some of those target notes that you have along with the changes. See, what's really cool too is once you get past the point of just hitting the root notes or the third notes or the fifths or the octaves, you'll start to see how they blend into each other, how the chromaticism works right there. So check this out. Here's the A. I'm into the third of the 4 chord now. Now the 7th of the 1 chord. Now watch this. The third. Just change the 1 note. The A is the root note of the 1 chord. The 7th, took it down a half step. That's the 3rd of the 4 chord, the D. Now 7th of the root note. Now once you go up a half step again. The 3rd of the 5 chord. 3rd of the 4 chord. 7 chord. some fun with the blues. Having a good old time here on a Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all you daddies out there, you papas. Happy Father's Day to my father in heaven who passed away in 2006. Big Jerry. That's what we called him. Big Jerry is what I called him. But if your fathers are still out there, and hopefully they all are, if you're a papa yourself, congratulations to you. Give you a round of applause. And, let me know if you have any children, any chillin' out there. Are you a papa? Jeffrey Boyle, Paul Merlin. Thank you guys for hanging out with me here today. Really, really cool of you. Playing the blues. Usually only just a couple scales. Really just kind of to targets some of the notes. And I will take a second here to mention that I do have a guitar course. It's called the Essential Skills Collection for Guitar. And in this course, I go over fretboard memorization so you could easily memorize where all the notes are. I go through the circle of fifths, which is where all your chord progressions come from. And I go through some blues soloing and have graphs and scales and backing tracks and all that stuff. So there's a link in the description. Check that out. And it's really focused. There's 6 focused videos on that. 2 videos per section I just mentioned. And it's really cool stuff. So check that out. I'd appreciate that. And it goes pretty deep into some really cool stuff on the blues. And, and a lot of it has to do with the feel, which, blues is easy to play, but it's hard to feel. So trying to just, think about things like vibrato. I'm trying to just target chord tones, and hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll be back next. I think I'll be back next Sunday. I hope so. At least I'll tell you right now. Take a look at the old calendar here, and it looks like I'm playing a gig on Saturday, and I'll be home on Sunday. I'll be home on Sunday. So next Sunday, 12 o'clock, same time, all that stuff. So happy Father's Day to you. And let me know did you have an aha moment? And if it was, let me know what it is in the chats right here before I go, and or in the comments section later. If you have any ideas, like I said, for video ideas, any music theory stuff, blues, chord progressions, I don't know it all, but I know a little bit, and I might know something you don't know, and I know for sure that you know something I don't know. So let's have that in the comment section. Let's have that conversation in the comment section, and definitely enjoy the rest of your Sunday. It looks like a beautiful Father's Day out there today. As soon as I wrap this up here today, I'm probably going to go out and take a little stroll at some points. And after I do my little vertical videos that I consolidate this, and I make some verticals out of this, so get right to the point. Believe it or not, if you're not following me on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff, I make I condense this whole hour-long thing into 1 minute. So if you can imagine that, I shrink all the good stuff, I come up with the idea, and I make a 1 minute video that says everything I said in 1 hour, if you could believe it. But this is the real fun, hanging out with you guys, right? So thank you very much, Jeffrey and Paul and Billy Bully and Robbie, people I haven't seen here in a while, Eisenkeller and Finney, and some new people I've never seen, but people like my Telly Time. So thank you very much, all of you guys, for hanging out here with me, Jer, my Steelers buddy, and even myself. I'll thank myself right there too. So thank you very much, guys, for hanging out. You are the best. We'll play a little bit, one more pass at this thing. Just a little some blues. Why not? We're having a good time. Let's see if there's some clean. cops are coming to get me. This ain't going too crazy. Thank you guys for hanging out. I love yous. Remember, be cool, be kind, especially on Father's Day, and be cherry. And if you want to see another video on the blues, a really, really concise, simple to follow video on the blues, check it out right up there. And I'll see you in the next one. Love yous. Have a great, great week. Peace, y'all.